Manchester airport attacker has been found guilty. Mohammed Amaaz was convicted of assault of PC Lydia Ward and PC Ellie Cook in the 2024 incident. But his brother wasn't on trial for these same offences. He was on trial for the attack on the police officer, the PC. These were the two women or female police officers that were laid out by Amaz. And I said I would do an update on this. Obviously, the news came about last night, but it was very late on and I didn't have time to do the video. So as promised, straight away this morning, that's why I'm releasing the video early UK time. Now, the two brothers were up on trial, like I've covered it on here. I've done a few videos and I did do a breakdown of the case, and I did say there's no way that he cannot be found not guilty. Everything is there in plain sight. It's on the body cam footage and it's on the footage in the airport. Now, the jury couldn't come to a decision on the attack on the male police officer, and this is the reason why the brother hasn't been remanded into custody, because Amaz has been remanded into custody, and straight from Liverpool Crown Court, he would have went straight to his local prison, which was, or used to be, Walton, I believe. But he will be back up in court this morning, it says, to try and get, what's it called, 2 seconds, because the word is different in here, but he's up to try and get bail. There's no way, it says Amaz was remanded in custody by the judge Neil Flewitt, KC, and a bail application hearing for Amaz was scheduled for Thursday, which is today. But when you've just been found guilty at trial, remanded into custody, you are not getting released on bail the next day. You normally get sentenced within about 2 weeks of being found guilty and remanded into custody. So they will not be giving him bail. But like I say, with his brother wasn't charged with the 2 attacks on the female police officers. He was just charged with the attack on the PC, which was, wait, I'll get his name up again. So both officers and their colleague, PC Zachary Marsden. So it was Zachary Marsden who they couldn't come to a decision on that. And it is saying about a possible retrial. Now, obviously, the coppers and the prosecution are going to go for a retrial. But because Amaz has been convicted, found guilty, and will be getting sentenced, I don't believe it'll be in the public interest to go for a further trial, because if he was found guilty on that one as well, then he would have been sentenced for all 3 together and the sentence would have been concurrent. He would have just getting one sentence for the full lot. Obviously, they're individual charges, but it'll just run concurrent. But maybe for the brother, they might try and get another retrial. So his brother was Amaz and Ahmad. So they might try and get a retrial just so they can get the brother some prison as well. But I'm not sure whether or not that will go ahead, like I say, whether it's in the public interest or not. But he will be getting around about a 2-year sentence. But as I've said in these videos, and the reasons why I've done the videos and done the breakdown, the brothers were banked to right. Well, the main one, Amaz, he was the one that chinned the 2 female coppers. The brother didn't touch them 2 coppers. He did join in the attack on the other one. And I've said all along it's going to be a guilty. It cannot not be. It's blatantly on camera. And I said the 2 brothers would have been better off putting their hands up, getting it over and done with, instead of having this whole mockery of it going on, being in the headlines constantly and being a massive publicity. But as I'm saying the word publicity as well, their legal team has got a duty of care. Their legal team should have just said, listen, you might as well put your hands up and plead guilty. You might get off with a suspended sentence if you go guilty. But with this being such a high-profile case, do you honestly think that their legal team would want them to just go guilty, over and done with, sentence, suspended sentence, whatever, that's it, done with? That legal team would have wanted this publicity. Imagine how much work in their local area, in Manchester, Liverpool, them areas, how much work this legal team would have gotten through this, because everyone will know who they are down that areas anyway. And everyone will be saying, use them. They're a decent bunch, or decent KCs, decent solicitors, whatever, barristers rather. Use them. So it's a publicity for them. They'll obviously say, go not guilty, have this big fracas of a trial, went on for weeks, costing an absolute fortune. So he would have wanted this to get the publicity. And like I've said, if they had went guilty, the sentence would have been done, would have been served, they would have been out if they did get a few months in prison, because they won't get a massive amount of time inside of prison, because it's only assault. But they would have, or could have, gotten a suspended sentence. Definitely won't be getting a suspended sentence now. Obviously, the brother Amaz won't be going to prison because he got his trial, or his verdict. They couldn't come to a decision. So now that he's in prison, Amaz would have been waking up in his local prison this morning. So from Manchester, they normally go to Strangeways, I believe, which is like a local prison. It's also got a Cartier unit. From Liverpool, I'm not too sure where exactly they would have went, but I'm not even sure if it's still called Walton now. I should have had a look before I'd done the video, but either way, he would have went to his local prison for the night, back up in court. He'll be getting sentenced within the next 2 weeks. How would he have been received inside of prison? A lot of people will be wondering what's going to happen to him inside of prison. Well, I tell you for a fact that he'll be absolutely fine inside of prison. Amaz, when he's went to prison, I can't see him having any issues or any trouble with the prisoners. Firstly, because he's in for bashing the screws. The case is high profile. Prisoners love people that come in who are in for bashing screws. Who are in for bashing coppers. For the simple fact that everybody in prison is in prison through a copper putting them in there. So when someone turns up like this, especially a high-profile prisoner now, who, you've got to admit, had a couple of canny digs on him when he went left and a right, laid them both out, even though they were ladies, women police officers, he would be getting, what will I say, a pat on the back of the other prisoners for what he's done. He's ran the trial. They'll be saying, fair play to you. You've tried to run the trial. You're in for bashing coppers. You'll be perfectly fine inside the prison. He'll not be going on protection. He'll be going on and living along amongst the normal inmates. He will, after he gets sentenced, get categorised, which will be Category C. And then he will go to Category C prison, serve his time, and then he'll be back out in amongst the general public. So I just thought I would bring you that and give you a quick rundown, people, because, like I said, I've done videos on this, and I said there's no way that he cannot be found not guilty. So, as I said, people, guilty all the way. He should have put his hands up, and he would have gotten a lot lesser of a sentence. But I'm going to leave that one there for now, people, because I did say I would do a rundown on what happened to him. And he will be getting found guilty. He will be getting sentenced in the coming weeks. So I will do another video, a little quick roundup of the sentence and what I think of it. So I'm going to leave that one there for now, people. Hopefully you are still enjoying the content. And if you are, remember to comment, like and subscribe. And whilst I'm on, Free Bronson, the t-shirts are in my store. If you go to the bottom of the channel, you will see my store. Got a range of different t-shirts. The biggest or the highest sellers at the moment, or the best sellers, are the Bacon Bashers t-shirts. Everybody loves a bit of bacon bashing, especially when they hear about the big notorious Bacon's getting bashed inside of prison. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe.